what's up guys, it's DJ Mad. I'm going to make another tutorial today, and this one's going to be on making a punchy kick and adding some depth to it, some oomph, making it cut through the mix and get it right sound. Shout out to them, they asked for this tutorial. So I'm going to show you guys how I mix my kick. So I'm starting off with this kick, clean stack kick from Producer's Go-To Kit from I think it is Superstar O, and we'll get started here. And I got a little beat I put it to, and I'll let you listen to it. Nothing special, just something to put it to. And I got my kick here in my FX channel, and I started with 4 plugins to first add the depth, tighten it up a little bit, compress it. So I want to show you the first channel, SSL channel stereo. This is from Waves. I have Waves 7, and what I did here is pretty simple. On the top, on the filters, with the high pass filter, I cut out all the way to 20 hertz on the low end, and then on the low pass filter I cut out to 5K. And what this does, it's cutting it out to 20. It takes out the unnecessary lows that you don't need in your mix, and it also tightens the kick up a little bit. You can hear a difference if you want to mess with it. And on the low mid filter, what I did was I went around 2.5, 2.7, or 0.27 hertz and boosted that. That's going to add some punch, more low mid to your kick. It's gonna definitely make it come through the mix a little more. On my low filter, I have 100 hertz boosted up to about 4 decibels. And I'm going to we're going to hear the difference from that off and then being on. Not a huge difference. And also I did a little bit of compression on here too as well, at 1.8 ratio. And then I put the threshold all the way up, took the release all the way down. You don't want a lot of release on anything that you want to hit, like drum wise, that you want to come through the mix. That's pretty simple. It's just a little just to tighten the kick up is what we did in that VST. So then we go to the Supercharger GT. I love using this for compressing because you can add saturation to it, and that kind of actually makes it come through the mix a little more. And with this compressor, I like putting the ratio up pretty high. Makes it hit pretty hard. And I put the attack all the way up and the release all the way down. Make sure you do that for snares or anything that you want to that has a hit to it. Like, for example, of course, like a kick or a snare. Then I put fatness all the way up. That brought out the low end in this some. So I'm going to turn this on dry. So huge difference. It brought the low end out a lot more. Made it hit more, compress it up. Now this is a very nice plugin. It's called Transient Wide Stereo. You can use mono for a kick drum. I'm just using stereo. And I loaded the Mega Kick preset that it has on it, and it makes the kick come through the mix a lot better. Yeah, right around 6 decibels sounds pretty good. It helped it out a little bit, kind of opened it up some. Then also I used an EQ Pro Q Fab filter. What I did was I boosted the 75 hertz, and if you don't know, 75 hertz has been used in a lot of rock music. They always aim for 75 hertz in the kick drum because it has a nice wide range of bass in this area, and it really does sound good when you bring this up. And I added around 300 in the low mid, and also boosted 100 up a little bit as well to give it some more punch. I'm gonna see what that sounds like. Just play with it a little bit until you get it sounding how you want. But that sounds pretty good compared to what we started with. And it's clipping now, so we need to turn the volume down. So now my last plugin I always use for any drum, for any mostly snares and kicks, and I use it on my hi-hats and cymbals sometimes because it really enhances. That's what this does right here, this enhancer. And for my kick, I turn it all the way up because I love the sound that it gives my my punchy drums. So I'm gonna turn this off and then turn it on. It really brought it out more. Big difference, kind of really makes it come through the mix. And also, as you see here, what I did is I put my kick into send 1. I put it to 100%. This is what I usually do if my kick is not, if I feel like it's not coming through the mix like I need it to, there's not enough volume, I'll add it to another sound. It's just duplicating the sound and boosting the decibels basically. You can go from anywhere from 50 to 100% on doing that. And also I like to add another kick in as well sometimes to give it a little bit more. I'm going to add a limiter on this kick right here, and I already did the same thing to the other kick to this one, pretty much the same thing, and did it compressing. Now I'm going to hear what this sounds like with the both of them together. Little sloppy. Let me turn this off, the extra channel I had. It's decent. And what I would probably do is go into a Pro Q on this kick. Mix it down a little bit. I'll take a little bit of low end out. Make some space for the other kick is what I'm doing. Boost that up, 100 up a little bit. Take some highs out. It's okay. They don't go together too well. You can do a little bit more to it and mess around with it. Maybe even turn the enhancing down. You just have to play with it and make it sound good together. Maybe because this is clipping. I still think it sounds pretty good by itself. Now, also another thing is adding a sub bass into your mix with your kick. I'm going to show you how to make room for the kick while your sub is in the mix. So what I did is on my sub, This is it right here. And what I did is I put compression on it, Supercharger GT. I went to electric bass, used the presets off this, turn the saturation up a little bit, turn the fatness up for more low end, turn this down a little bit, give it some room. And what I did for the side chaining of the kick and the sub bass, I took the kick, right clicked right here, pressed side chain to this track with the 808, and I went to compressor in Fruity Limiter and put the side chain up to 1, because you're going to see this go up to 1. Took my threshold all the way down, almost all the way down to about negative 37 decibels. Turn the ratio all the way up, turn the knee all the way up. Release, I like to keep around 10 milliseconds, even less sometimes. And don't mess with the head time. The rest of this is okay. And what we're going to see is when the kick hits, it's going to take the volume down on this sub bass every time it hits. See all these? Right about there sounds good. Little distorted right now, if I turn my kick down. Then we're going to equalize it. When you equalize your sub bass, you need to take out everything above 1K. Keep it around 1K and down. And you can bring up 400 hertz if you wanted more low mid sound in here. That sub bass really does sound bad, doesn't it? It sounds terrible. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's just the I left the kick in it, but it's alright. But yeah, but that's basically it for the side chaining. It's very simple. Just make sure release time sounds good. It's not too short, too fast, and equalizer's pretty simple. And I'll get more onto sub bass mixing in another video, but this today is mainly about my kick. And this is what I usually do all the time and everything in my most of my snares and kicks. This combination really works out for getting it to hit and getting it to pop. And you can mess around with it a little bit more, maybe boost around 50 hertz to give it more depth. Do what you feel sounds good with the mix, because every mix is different. Nothing is correct in any mix anyways. Not fully correct at least, but just do your best, mess around, add EQs, add compressors, and just use your imagination as well. I'm gonna leave a link in the description about this limiter. I'm gonna find a link for you guys to get that. And Supercharger GT, I'm gonna leave the link for that, because I always use this in my mixes. Is a big part of how I make my mixes. And Waves, I'll put a link down there for you as well. And yeah, so everybody, I hope you like this video and found it useful. I hope you all have a great day, and God bless. Subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. Alright, have a great day, guys.